Today we're looking at the Pony Express. Hello, welcome to the Daily Bellringer. Please don't forget to subscribe and take a look at the questions down in the description. Also, don't forget to check out dailybellringer.com where you'll find more resources that go with many of the Bellringer videos. The Pony Express was one of the most famous mail delivery systems in American history. Although it only operated for a short time, it played an important role in connecting the eastern and western parts of the United States. The Pony Express became a symbol of courage, speed, and determination during a time when communication across the country was difficult and slow. Before the Pony Express began, sending a letter from the East Coast to California could take several weeks or even months. Mail often traveled by ship around South America or across dangerous land routes. As more people moved west following their manifest destiny, there was a growing need for faster communication between the two sides of the country. In 1860, three businessmen named William H. Russell, Alexander Majors, and William B. Waddell established the Pony Express here in St. Joseph, Missouri. Their goal was to provide the fastest mail service possible between St. Joseph and Sacramento, California. The route covered nearly 2,000 miles and crossed plains, deserts, and mountains. Riders traveled through parts of present-day Missouri, Kansas, Nebraska, Colorado, Wyoming, Utah, Nevada, and California. The Pony Express officially began operations on April 3, 1860. Mail was carried in a special leather cover called a Mochila, which fit over a horse's saddle. Riders carried letters and important messages in pockets attached to the Mochila. Because speed was extremely important, riders changed horses every 10 to 15 miles at stations along the route. At each station, the rider was only allowed 2 minutes to change horses and get the Mochila moved to the next horse. Each rider usually traveled between 75 and 100 miles before another rider took over. In addition to the riders, the Pony Express employed station keepers who had to keep horses ready for the next rider. There was a total of 197 stations along the route. These station keepers had to live in very isolated, dangerous areas of the West. Many times horses were stolen and station keepers were killed. The riders themselves became legendary figures. Many were young men who were skilled horseback riders. Popular stories claim that some riders were teenagers and weighed less than 125 pounds to keep the horses moving quickly. Riders faced many dangers, including bad weather, rough terrain, wild animals, and possible attacks. They often rode day and night through rain, snow, and extreme heat. There were several famous riders on the Pony Express. Many believe Johnny Fry was the first Pony Express rider and was known for his great speed, averaging over 12 miles per hour. Another famed Pony Express rider was William Cody, who the world would later know as Buffalo Bill Cody. Although some stories about his time with the Pony Express may have been exaggerated, he later became a well-known figure in American history. The bravery of riders like Fry and Cody helped create the Pony Express's lasting reputation. The Pony Express could deliver mail across the country in about 10 days. This was an incredible improvement over previous methods. Businesses, government officials, newspapers, and ordinary citizens all benefited from the faster communication. The service became especially important as tensions grew between the North and the South before the American Civil War. Despite its success in delivering mail quickly, the Pony Express struggled financially. Operating the service was very expensive. The company had to maintain hundreds of horses, dozens of stations, and many employees along the route. The cost of running the system was greater than the money earned from carrying mail. The biggest challenge to the Pony Express came from new technology. While riders were carrying letters across the country, workers were building the transcontinental telegraph. The telegraph allowed messages to be sent almost instantly through electrical wires. In October of 1861, the first transcontinental telegraph line was completed. Because the telegraph could send information much faster and at a lower cost, the Pony Express was no longer needed. Just 2 days after the telegraph was completed, the Pony Express ended its operations on October 26th of 1861. The service had lasted only about 18 months. Although it was short-lived, the Pony Express proved that rapid communication across the continent was possible. It also helped demonstrate the importance of having communication all the way to the West Coast. Today, the Pony Express is remembered as an important part of American history. Here at the Pony Express National Museum in St. Joseph, Missouri, the memory and spirit of the Pony Express is preserved for future generations. The riders, horses, and stations of the Pony Express continue to symbolize adventure, innovation, and the effort to connect people across a growing nation. So with that, hopefully you learned something, and thanks for watching.